and Mr. Lewis and Mr. Cochran.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Senator Byrd has asked me to fill in for him this afternoon, and I've been around here long enough to know that when your chairman asks you to do something, you say yes. But I am looking forward, as all of us are, to having him back here with us shortly, and I share his passion for making progress on the supplemental. I want to join with Chairman Obey in thanking all of our members for their long, hard work to come to this agreement today on the many issues within this bill, and to thank all of our staffs who have worked long and hard to get us to this point as well. The agreement that is before us this afternoon takes the responsible path on some of the most pressing issues of our day: the war in Iraq, the needs of our veterans and our injured service members, homeland security, and the pressing needs of our hard-hit communities here at home. On Iraq, the American people want a new direction, and we are providing it. It has been 4 years now since the President sent troops into Iraq. More than 3,300 Americans have sacrificed their lives in Iraq, and nearly 25,000 have been wounded. Our service members have done everything we have asked them to do. They deserve better than to be stuck in the middle of a civil war. It's clear that the conflict in Iraq requires a political solution, not a military solution. This agreement provides us a new direction that will show the Iraqis that our commitment is not endless. It sets us on a path with the best chance of achieving success in Iraq, and it is the responsible thing to do. An open-ended commitment of U.S. troops will prevent the Iraqis from reaching the political solution that only they can reach. In addition, we are providing more funding for our troops than even the President himself has asked for. This bill includes over $100 billion for the Department of Defense, which is nearly $4 billion more than the President's request for our troops. We provide critical funding for vehicles that will help protect our troops from IEDs and ambushes. With our service members fighting overseas and with their tours being extended, we have an obligation to make sure they don't have to fight for health care or benefits when they return home. This agreement meets the needs of our injured service members and our veterans who have paid the price for the President's failure to plan for the war and its aftermath. It provides $1.8 billion for the VA to provide first-class health care to our wounded. The President did not request any of that veterans funding, but we think it's important to meet our commitment to our veterans. As we deal with the situation overseas, we cannot neglect our needs here at home, and that's why this agreement provides $6.9 billion to rebuild the Gulf Coast after Hurricane Katrina. $1.8 billion for veterans health care, $20 million to repair Walter Reed Hospital, $650 million for the S-CHIP Children's Health Program to address the shortfall facing children in 14 states, and $2.25 billion to secure the homeland, including port and border security, transit security, screening for explosives at airports, and screening cargo on passenger aircrafts. The White House claims that all these investments are somehow unnecessary. I think most Americans would disagree and want us to invest here at home. In recent weeks, we've heard some false claims about this supplemental that I would like to correct. First, we are moving this bill to the President at a rapid pace. In fact, we're moving even faster than the Republicans did last year. Secondly, we are doing our job in meeting the needs here at home. Anyone who thinks that domestic needs should be ignored in a war supplemental should look at the past 4 war supplementals, which were all written by the Republican-controlled Congress and which the House, the Senate, and the President all endorsed. The emergency war supplementals approved by Republican Congresses included funding for domestic needs in 2003, 2004, 2005, and 2006. As our government spends billions in Iraq, I believe it's our job to also meet our needs here at home. Finally, I want to say, if the President vetoes this bill, he will have to explain why he is delaying funding to our troops overseas, why he is blocking funding to care for our injured troops, why he is ignoring the needs of our hard-hit communities that are struggling to recover, and why he is standing in the way of security needs at home at our ports, at our airports, and at our borders. So on behalf of Senator Byrd this afternoon, I would like to encourage all of our members to approve this conference report so we can get this bill down to the White House.